Vinny!
Yo, what's up, dog?
Yo, that's a great Jaggy!
What's up, Patrick? That's a cha-cha, and what's that?
That's a great Jaggy.
It's a pretty... It's all right. It's not that Jaggy. It's like... What are you doing?
This is Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate.
All right, so I've heard so much about Monster Hunter.
I've heard a lot about Monster Hunter for years.
Having been to TGS and all sorts of conferences, there are Monster Hunter lines.
Japan loves Monster Hunter.
And I've always avoided it, and I've seen about 5 minutes so far as we've been setting up for this quick look. And I think it looks awesome.
As I was telling you before we started, I've had the same sort of opinion of Monster Hunter, like, it's a Japan thing. And Tri Ultimate kind of seemed like, all right, I've ignored this series for a long time. If nothing else, kind of like when I played like 6 hours of Etrian Odyssey 4, I just want to know, if I don't like it, I want to be able to say,
why don't you like it?
This is why I don't like it.
Yeah.
It turns out I like it.
That's awesome, because it looks kind of fun. It looks like, on a completely layman point of view, which is me, outside point of view, it looks a little bit like it's got that medieval Japanese fantasy vibe that Dark Souls has.
Yeah.
With like kind of nice sound effects when you're jinkling around, like your chainmail and some animation stuff, and combined with a little more, the action seems faster.
Yeah, and it was actually around last night, which...
Oh, jeez.
Damn it. Son of a bitch. So, you know, this game has animation priority is sort of the term that is shorthand for when you attack, you commit to an action.
Yeah.
A lot of action games like God of War, Devil May Cry, give you the ability to sort of interrupt
cancel
your
out
actions.
your actions.
And that allows you to button mash. You know, high-level players are, you know, give plenty of arguments why you can have high-level skill in those games, and that's totally true. But animation priority, you really got to commit and grow to understand who your character is, what he's capable of, so that when you are attacking, your attacks land and they mean something.
And you don't leave yourself open, right?
Right.
I mean, that was the Dark Souls thing. So, but this seems a lot more actiony than. I mean, Dark Souls. If you were playing like this scrub, you'd be dead in a second. So
and against certain enemies, that is certainly true. Like this.
In here?
This is a great. This is a great Jaggy. He's the first major enemy you encounter.
Yeah.
I don't. It actually. Yeah, I don't like the way that rolls off my tongue, to be perfectly honest. But this took me like half an hour. I used up all my items.
Oh, just trying to beat this dude?
I was not. I was terrified. Barely survived, and now I can take on 2 of these guys at once.
Wow.
And
does he have a health bar or anything, or you just kind of
No. So a huge thing about this series is, as you're taking on these enemies, is watching for tells. Now the tells will give you an indicator of the status of the enemy.
Like a limp or something?
They'll start limping. They're still drooling, and those give you indications that they're getting ready to run away. They're getting ready to hide. So one thing this guy,
is that
there's
bad?
a lot to explain about this game. Fortunately, there's only one enemy in the area, and we'll get to all that stuff. Basically, as Sync Them Up asked me questions, because trying to like encapsulate everything about Monster Hunter is just incredibly difficult. But basically, so I just had an option come up that said, or a little notification said your weapon power has decreased. You'll see that's in the corner. It's kind of glowing red. So in battle, I have to sharpen.